Welcome to Beyond the Diet. This is your space to transform your relationship with weight, food, and the changes that come with each stage of your life. So you move through womanhood, embodying your feminine strength and radiance. Led by me, Audrey.
And me, Christina. We are your weight, wellness, and women's health guides and coaches. This channel gives you practical tips, holistic practices, and transformational insights to help you release that stubborn weight naturally and easily.
Improve your digestion and metabolism.
Balance your hormones.
Implement holistic practices for stress relief, energy, women's health, and balance.
And we ultimately help you step into your power as the vibrant, unstoppable woman you were always meant to be.
Join us to learn about listening to your body, eating with awareness, and living in a way that supports your unique stage of womanhood.
Every week you'll find empowering videos on weight loss, women's health, yoga, Ayurveda, and the lifestyle shifts that are designed to help you feel at home in your body again.
This is your invitation to step into womanhood differently. This is Yoga to Transform.
Now this week we're talking about love.
Woohoo! Aha, nice, nice, yeah. So, yeah, romantic love is sort of what people think of first, isn't it?
It is definitely what people think, because I think that's the thing that people yearn for the most, isn't it? Is that looking for that love from someone outside of them to really like fill them up and complete them. Yeah, Jerry Maguire. You complete me.
Yeah. That's not all it's cracked up to be, though, is it?
No, I reckon, and also too from a Course in Miracles perspective, they always say like that Jerry Maguire line, "You complete me." It's like the biggest, Hollywood story. Like it's actually not what we should be looking for. It's
okay.
Someone to complete us, right?
Right, because somebody doesn't want a half-completed Audrey or a half-completed Christina, do they? They want the full package complete.
They do.
So maybe does that mean we have to start with self-love?
I think we do. I
Right.
think we do. And I know because I've had this conversation with a few people and I know like that triggers people as well. It's like, don't tell people they should love themselves first and all of that stuff. But I actually think from the perspective of really attracting in your other half, like you have to be a whole circle and they have to be a whole circle, and then you're two circles that kind of come together. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you have your own separate.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know how you describe it, but sometimes people can talk about it as that tall poppy syndrome or something. They're so into themselves, but that's not really what we're talking about, is it? What we're talking about is appreciating every part of yourself.
Totally.
That you have to be, have made friends and peace and in love with yourself. All the bits, the good bits, the bad bits, the whatever you think bits, and just yourself. And so having a good understanding of how you are in the world and your hopes and dreams and the things you're good at, the things you want to learn about and the things you're interested in, having a good knowledge of that actually completes you and makes you somebody that is attractive to somebody else.
Who's perfect for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Because it's like you have to know what you value. Like, what are your values? What's important to you? What's your purpose here in life? Because your purpose isn't just to find someone to love you. Although for some people that might be. I don't know. There's some people that like having a partner and a family and caring and nurturing for them is their purpose. But you need to be clear about that because, I work with so many people who get to that point where they've got the house, the picket fence, the two children, and the great successful career, or the husband who has the great successful career, and then they're like, oh, I'm still miserable. And I was one of those people, right?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, that's actually, that wasn't the stuff that was going to fulfill me. Like
Right.
having my children obviously fulfills me. But I wasn't following my path and I didn't know what was important to me. and what I valued.
Right.
So you kind of wake up one morning and it's like, oh, now what? Right.
Yeah. So you didn't feel like you had some purpose, further purpose.
Yeah.
So you had to find out those things that you did love
Yes.
and what you were about on the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the important thing, even before kind of learning to fall in love with yourself and create a life that you love, because that's really what it's all about, right? Is living your life to the fullest that you can.
Yeah, and it's your life, however you want to do it, whatever is important for you.
Yeah. Like different things bring different people joy, right? Like you and I, we love yoga.
In case you hadn't realised, we love yoga.
Yeah.
We think it's the best thing out.
We do, yeah. We totally do. But other people just like it, you know. And then my son loves making films, and my daughter loves art, and I know people that love accounting and
stargazing or
being doctors, or you love birds.
yeah, that's right. Birds, or some people love cars, you know, engines and how things work. Yeah.
And we've all got to find what we love. And that I think that there's that feeling worthy of living a life that's full of love, and even knowing that that's even possible. So even before we get to that self-love, and even before we get into that stepping into the river of doing this or exploring this is going to bring me to living a life, my fullest life, you have to be willing to open to living a love-filled life, right? So it's that.
So what does that look? So yeah, you say that, but what does that kind of mean?
I know, because everyone's like, but I do want love. And it's like, yeah, but do you?
I feel like I need a checklist.
Yeah, I
for
know.
that, do I? So what kind of things would be on a checklist like that?
From what, opening to receive love?
Yeah.
Well, I guess, like, if you remember Rumi's oft-quoted poem, which is like, your job is not to seek for love, but merely to remove all the barriers to love that reside within you, right?
Right.
So the first checklist is really about looking at all the grievances that you hold.
Oh, yes, we've had a chat about our suitcases of
Yeah.
things we drag along behind us. But that's right, because if you're constantly referring back to, oh, but I couldn't do that because of something else that happened, or it's sort of like not being worthy, isn't it? Because you're still remembering all those
Things from the past. Yeah. Forgiveness talk. Yeah.
forgiveness. That's right. I hope you checked out Thankful Thursday Forgiveness. Yeah.
If you haven't, go listen to this after this one.
Yeah.
So there's this whole, like, because the light of love, that's actually innately who you are as a person. So you have to actually open to receive love, but you also have to open to be love. Right? And this is, everyone's like, oh gosh, time to turn off the tape. Right.
Stick with it. We're getting there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Like, every spiritual teaching, I think, not that I'm an expert in theology, but they teach that, like, love is the whole purpose of existence, right? Love is the foundation of existence. Love is what brings us into life, breathes us into life. And even Einstein said, like, love is the glue that holds the universe together. So then the biggest illusion we have is that we are not love.
Right.
We're not lovable.
Yeah.
We are not loving.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't give it, and we don't deserve to get it.
Yeah. Which is BS, right?
Yeah. None of that.
None of that. So you actually have to be willing to open to living from a place of love and receiving love and giving it. And obviously the best way to receive is to give. So definitely it's about looking at all your grievances. What are all the barriers within you that are blocking you from the experience of love within your own life?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that time that guy dumped you, or you felt rejected, or
You didn't get that job.
yeah, or dad didn't look at you the right way, or maybe he told you off, or mum, I don't know, locked you in your room.
Didn't support you or something. Yeah.
Like, all of those moments become kind of barriers to your ability to live fully in life if you're holding on to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's the importance of living in right now. This is the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the moment. So that all those things in the past and even all the things that are coming in the next minute or 3 or 50 or whatever haven't happened. So it's living now. What's happening now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, as every moment, you're perfect. Perfect
Yes.
just as you are.
Yes.
And I mean, that's a really strong teaching in all theologies too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect as you are. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very lovable. Thankful for being lovable.
You totally are lovable.
Exactly.
Born, like, think about a baby.
Totally lovable.
And a puppy. And like
A baby bird.
little duckling. Everyone's like, oh, you're so cute, because they haven't got any barriers to love yet. And they're just like sitting in this luminosity of their own being. And
Yeah.
we just shut that down, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we think.
We have sort of habits.
Yeah, we do. And then there's this obviously biological program that's in our body, which is we have to find a mate and we have to reproduce, and that's just evolution and biology. But we get this extra boost of oxytocin to make it work, right? You meet someone and you're like, woo!
I like that person.
Yeah, they like ketchup too.
Yeah. Okay. Right, okay. I want to be my person.
But you know, like
Yeah,
you kind of
yeah.
start like going, ooh, we
that's
like
right.
this, and there's and the food. So there's this like lust. There's this oxytocin. There's this bringing someone to you.
Yeah.
And then after about 3 months, you start to see the real person.
And they start to see the real person as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we put on a mask, don't we, to be more lovable, more lovable. Yeah.
Yeah. And some people can hold it for about 3 months and then it's
Gone.
Here I am, baby.
Yeah, this is it. This is the real me. Yeah.
This is who I am. And here's the thing, right? Like attracts like. So you will always draw in the perfect person for where you are right now.
Okay.
And God, I use the word God, the universe, whatever you want to like transpose in that moment, has a perfect plan for your growth, right? Because the universe wants you to lean deeper into love and to step more fully into the rivers of love, right? That it's calling you in every moment. It really is.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
really is.
Absolutely.
Like Marianne Williamson, her book A Return to Love, that's it, baby. Like, you know,
Keep stepping more into the river.
yeah. Jesus. He just like he called people like
Yeah, and love is the thing. Yeah.
every so it's like so through relationships, like we're looking for a special person who's going to treat me special, they'll be special, we'll be special, and you know, get a little bit codependent and all that fun stuff.
Oh, when are we going to do that?
No.
Thankful Thursday relationships.
Yeah, but the attachment issues and all of those things that really you should have figured out before you start diving deep into relationship, because we all come with our own attachment issues. If you don't know about attachment theory, then Google it. The perfect person will come to meet you to shine a light on all your barriers to love. So if you've got a few,
Yeah.
woo,
Yeah. Well, we all did.
yes,
Do. Yeah, absolutely.
they'll be like, boop, 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 boop. You didn't call when I thought you should, and
Yeah.
you didn't put the trash out. You know.
Yeah.
All of that.
What are you doing? You know, the dinner's not cooked, or you know, why didn't you hang the washing out, or whatever.
Yeah. You're spending too much time with your friends. Well, good. They should spend time with their friends because they need a life.
Yeah.
But they also should spend time with you, like, you know, so there's warning signs as well. So it's...
So you're sort of saying in some senses, and I mean, I can look back in my life and see that it hasn't been, I met the love of my life and when I was 19 and got married and lived happily ever after. That wasn't the pattern for me. I've sort of met people and spent time with them, moved on, you know, and now I met the love of my life. But actually those people were important to me because they shined a light
Yes.
on some of the things that I was holding on to about myself.
Yes.
So that the idea of, if you've managed to meet the right person at the very beginning, obviously that was your life purpose and the way you went. But
Some people are just lucky. Or just actually so anchored in love that
It worked.
that they just
Worked from the very beginning. Whereas, I obviously had barriers to the love in my life and had to, almost butt heads with those people in the relationship to finally figure out, well, actually, I deserve better than that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I jolly well do. So I had some big wake-up calls to that, to the things that I was putting up with, near enough's good enough, but it's not really, is it? It's because you're actually saying that you're only partly deserving of love.
Yes.
It's about the inside stuff, and actually, I deserve the best, as you do.
Yeah, totally. And the more that you step into that stream of like recognizing what love is and what love isn't, and unfortunately, not all of us have been role modeled what love is and what love isn't. We probably more role modeled what love isn't, like control and expectation and demand and putting down and criticism and
hierarchy of who's who does what and how that works.
Bullying, intimidation, in some extreme ends, like people who are violent, and they do it because they love you. No, they don't. That person's got a lot of work to do, and your job's not to heal them. But anywho, so that's like there's all this what love isn't, and then there's all this what love is, which when you're sitting in the energy of that, it's palpable and and even just being in that energy is very healing, and I think again a lot of the religious texts will talk about that, won't they? How just being in the presence of someone who's embodied love is so powerful.
Yeah, helps you. And I think getting back to why we love yoga, we can be I find that I can be in my own presence on the mat, totally absorbed in the movement of my body to give a real sense of me.
Yes.
I'm more me when I do yoga, and I'm more lovable. I love myself more when I do yoga.
Yeah.
Because it's in the moment. It's perfect as you are. Anyway, we could go on about yoga, which we do. We encourage you to as well. But that's part of it, isn't it? It was back to what I said before about being in the moment. All those other things are just thoughts in your head, which aren't real anyway.
Totally. And I think that's why meditation is such an important practice in terms of helping you get over all those grievances that you carry from the past. All of those areas that you hold shame or humiliation or whatever it might be, where you thought you weren't perfect in that moment and you still haven't forgiven it, shine the light on it. Because the light will turn it away from darkness into light, obviously. And be willing to give it up and let it go so that you can live in love's presence. You can be love's presence. And then when you're standing in that place, I've mentioned a few times, my journey with relationships.
That'll be another one.
There's another one. But, at some point, the first time I did A Course in Miracles, my prayer was to heal all the issues that I had with men. So anyway, I thought that the work that I was doing was, doing the healing for me. But God sends the perfect partner for you. And so so the perfect partner came to really shine a spotlight on all of my misconceptions about men and all of that stuff. And while that was probably the hardest relationship I've been in, it was also the most healing. Right,
yeah.
Because I was willing to allow myself to see all the stories that I told myself about men that this person actually embodied. Yeah, so that the stories weren't good, obviously. But then, I reflect, and all the people who've come into my life since then, who have wanted to be a romantic partner, have been a completely different quality of man, and actually there's been 3 that I've kind of dated, and all of them would be perfect, wonderful partners. Does that make sense? Because I'm attracting from a different level because I cleaned up my side of the street, and then that flows out even beyond romantic relationships, into the friendships in my life. Like, I don't know about you, but like I've never had as many close and connected girlfriends, or I've never felt as close and connected to my family.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Cool.
know, as I have in the last few years of really, really diving deep into my spiritual practice. But it's because I've learned how to remove the barriers to love.
So this is, although we don't do this very often, we are going to say that in the next wee while there's going to be a Yoga to Transform Love course, isn't there, Christina?
Yes, there is.
So which is, if this is sort of giving you some tingles or some vibes, you know, maybe that's somewhere that you could look into it, connecting all the things that we've been talking about, led by the lovely Christina, who has been diving deep, and not that I haven't been, but it's just
You have been.
it's been quite a process at the moment for you, isn't it?
Well, I think it's an ongoing, it depends on how far you want to go, right? Like, and I think my personality, like, there's no end. Always climbing the mountain, but it's.
She's a Capricorn, in case you know.
I'm Aquarius.
Oh, Aquarian.
Yeah.
Oh, you will. I mean, because I was going to say that you were the mountain goat.
The mountain goat.
Maybe she's got some Capricorn in there.
Probably do. But I think there's that always climbing the mountain in terms of, and even I remember you reading Autobiography of a Yogi, and he was telling all these stories about all these yogis who had these cities, which are superpowers, and they could do all these cool things. I was like, well, why stop at handstand?
Why not levitate?
Exactly.
Right.
But
Back to love.
Yeah, but I think like there's also some research. I think it was David Hawkins in his book Power versus Force, where you don't burn the plant.
No, the plant's getting a bit.
Yeah,
Go on.
in his book Power versus Force, right, where he has this scale of human emotion and energy. So down the bottom is fear, and you know, love's at about, you're vibrating here, and above love is some other energies. I can't remember, like, but again, you can just Google David Hawkins Power versus Force and the hierarchy of energy. And anywho, basically what they say is that the more we as individuals move up that scale out of fear, and if we're really honest with ourselves, I think most people live in fear, and fear is not the reality of our world. Love is, but we are trained to live in fear. So as you move out of fear and through anger and depression and apathy and anxiety and all those, you know, low vibration energies, and then move into joy and happiness, and I think peace comes after love, etc. And you start not only changing your energy, but you start transforming the energy of the people around you.
Yeah.
Like there's actually, because Heart Math Institute have actually been able to record that the power of your own heart affects the size of a football field, like, you know, depending on how strong it is and how anchored you can be in it, you can really like send out vibrations that touch other people's hearts around you. So anyway, the what I'm taking a long time to say is that if you get to the point of self-realization, which Maslow in his hierarchy of needs calls it self-actualization, basically about 1% of the population get there. And again, when I read this at university, I was like, oh well, I'm going for it.
Climbing that mountain.
I know, I was like, self-actualization, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
What's your purpose in life? Self-actualization. But I don't know, I was a weird 20-year-old. Which was like, yeah, everyone else was getting pissed.
Oh, I was married, so I was pretty weird anyway.
But like if you have that height of self-actualization, 1% of the population get there, right? And you can probably think of the ones that Saint Teresa, Mother Teresa, sorry, Gandhi, Desmond Tutu, Dalai Lama, like Wayne Dyer. You can name the handful of people that are sitting in that place, right? If we get someone to the point of being totally sitting in love and not being able to tell the difference between their own individual love versus the divine love that flows through all of us, that person can transform the consciousness of the whole planet and pull us all out of fear.
Yay!
But if we all just do our own work...
That's right, and move our own vibration up 1 or 2 steps or 15 or 20 steps or whatever into towards love and peace and self-actualization, then actually it's so worth it for everybody. It's not just an individualized thing.
No.
Is it? It's the community. It's the being aware of making more love in the world and peace, world peace.
Yeah, and because it pulls us out of our self-interest into actually service, right? And that's, I think, what is so powerful about kind of going through this process of like opening to receive love, like just being open to even believe that love is the ground of being, then moving into really removing all the barriers to loving yourself, right? And then stepping into using your relationships to see, because you get to the point of, yeah, cool, I love me, which is not a bad thing. We want that. To then, now I have to learn how to love everyone as they are.
That's right.
In the moment.
And that's quite hard.
Yeah, because people trigger you.
Yeah.
But it's like, and then from that, moving into just sitting in this place of just being love. Yeah. And it can take lots of different forms, can't it? Because we're not all going to be Wayne Dyers or Mother Teresa's, but it's how we behave in our everyday life, isn't it? Totally. Yeah. And we're not all going to become those 1%ers, because I think it is a dedicated practice. You have to really be willing to remove all the barriers to love's presence in your own life.
Hey. And if you're into that, check out February.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, the more you step into love, then it might be that you just go, cool, I'm feeling so good. Because the more you step into self-love, the more you...
enjoy your life, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the more you step into self-love, then the better person you're going to be attracting into your life. And that means that quality of love that you have in terms of romantic relationship or friendships or with your family just explodes.
Yeah.
And then there'll be bus stops along the way where people go, that's far enough for me. Right?
Yeah.
I can see the beauty of this world. I can see that love is the ground of being. I'm good now. I've got a great job. I've got the picket fence and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there'll be others like Wayne Dyer and Mother Teresa who are like
heading to the very top of that mountain.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what about you? Where are you at in your journey to self-love and love actualization? Love to hear about it. So do drop us a line and look out for the Yoga to Transform Love course coming soon.
Can't wait.
Thanks.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thankful Thursday on love. Bye.
Bye.